Maimonides begins this section of the guide at part 3, chapter 25, which is on pages 502 to 3, with a discussion of God's acts, which for Maimonides actually are expressed through the laws of nature. God's actions just are the laws of nature for Maimonides. And he distinguishes between different types of action. The final category being good and excellent actions, which are those that are accomplished by an agent aiming at a noble end. So actions that have noble or good aims, ends, are good and excellent. And clearly all God's actions must be good and excellent, given that God is perfect. Now, this idea of an end or a goal is going to be central for us. But first we need to note Maimonides is doing two things in his approach to Tamei HaMitzvot. First, he believes, as a good Aristotelian, that to really understand something one has to know its cause, or as Aristotle puts it, knowledge is the object of our inquiry, and men do not think they know a thing till they have grasped the why of it, which is to grasp its primary cause. To understand something, to know something, is to know its cause. But what Maimonides does when it comes to mitzvot is focus on a specific cause, one that we have mentioned before, which is the final cause or the goal or aim of something. So to use Aristotle's example, say I go for a walk in order to be healthy. Well, health is the purpose or aim of the walk. It is the final cause of my act. It's what causes me to go for a walk, or better, what explains my going for a walk, my desire to get healthy. Now, this is the purpose or aim of my walking. In Greek, we say it's the telos, which means goal or purpose. And therefore, this explanation of my going for a walk is known as a teleological explanation, explaining something by invoking its purpose or its goal. Now, for Aristotle and for Maimonides, natural things have these types of final causes. He actually identifies these final causes as the form of the thing in question. Now, to explain, for Aristotle, all things are made up of two components, matter and form. The matter is the bare stuff, and the form is, for want of a better term, the form it takes. So imagine you have a bronze statue, Aristotle's example. So the matter is the stuff or the bronze. The form of it is the shape of the statue. Now note, matter and form are not two actual things that you could separate. You could never encounter matter that was unformed, or indeed form that was not somehow embodied. The bronze always has a form, even if it's just in the form of a pile. Now, when it comes to nature, this distinction becomes more significant. So take, for example, an apple tree seed that you plant. Now, that apple tree seed has the potential to become an apple tree, but it needs certain things to happen in order to actualize that potential. But it has the potential within it. For Aristotle, that potential is really in it as its form, as its ultimate goal or its final cause. When it comes to these natural things, he actually identifies these forms with the essence of the thing. The thing, to quote Maimonides, the notion in virtue of which a thing is constituted as a substance and becomes what it is. It is the true reality of the thing, insofar as it is that particular being. So the natural form of something is its essence, the thing that makes it that thing. Now let's start putting this all together. We have things that have final causes. With natural things, the forms which can be actualized, are those final causes. This is how nature works. But the point of this whole kind of scientific introduction is that this is also how, for Maimonides, the mitzvot work. Basically, human beings have a form, an ultimate aim or goal, that exists in us in potential. The mitzvot are the way that we actualize the form. So, for Maimonides, there is a cause for all the commandments. I mean to say that any particular commandment or prohibition has a useful end. What this means is we have a teleological explanation for the mitzvot. They are the means to man's ultimate end. Basically, you have human form in potential, you perform mitzvot, that human form is actualized. And for Maimonides, this is an entirely scientific affair. He's basically giving us a science of the mitzvot as the things that actualize man's ultimate purpose. That's why he begins with a discussion of nature and actions in nature, because the way the law works is analogous to the way nature works. This does leave us with an important question, though, because what is the ultimate purpose or form of humanity to which the mitzvot lead? We're going to work through chapter 27 to see how things hang together and to answer that question, but I'll tell you the final answer in advance. For Maimonides, intellectual perfection is the ultimate aim to which mitzvot lead. It's all about what we know. Now, recall how this corresponds to the idea of Halevi's philosopher, for whom what mattered was not what one did, but the one perfected one's knowledge. Yet again, it seems as if Maimonides basically agrees with the philosopher. The key difference, of course, is that for Maimonides, it's the mitzvot that lead us to that perfected knowledge. Quite how they do so, however, is what we need to discover.